Good day everyone, welcome to the second part of the Python quiz. So question 2a is asking us to identify the rows and columns in the data set by checking the shape. Recall that the data was stored in variable mbrawdata. So now we will do mbrawdata.shape and run. So this is the result. We have int here that the result has row, column format, which means the first item is the row. So the number of rows is 13,580, while number of column is 21. Then the second one, part B, require list of column names in the data set. So if it's correct, if we count it one by one, we should have 21. So now instead of only number, we will have the list. So these are the list of Bob address. If we count up to property count, we should get 21. So the question here is that what is the longest column name? So we should be able to determine that. So based on, for example, suburb is longer than date, so you should check and pick the one with the longest column name, the one with the shortest column name. All this just to be sure that you are following and you understood what we are doing. Okay, then to check the data type in the data set, so we have object, integer and float. So object is a character like address, they are descriptive, but integer are number, float are number. So float are number that can have decimal point. So how many columns have number entry? So you need to count those with integer and the float. We'll count them to write. Identify two columns that are not suitable for calculating totals. So you should check. For example, address. The way address will be, it will be difficult to add together and say you want to know the total address. So just look for another one or two like that to answer the question. Then to check the first 5 rows of the data set, so we'll do .head. Note that it has open and close. So now, why this may not be the entire information in the first 5 rows, because this is ... showing that some are missing. But using this one, you can see when you have NaN. So this first one is having missing value, this third one is having missing value. So if you check, if there are only 2 with missing value, then you write 2. If there are 3, you write. And note that, then what is the serial number of the first row? Note that the first one is 0 and the last is 4. So the counting starts from 0. So if there are 5 rows, then the highest number will be 4. Then we want to do equivalent for the lower part of it. So instead of head, it will be tail now of the data. So from the back also, you have it. Then you can scroll and check how many rows has missing value. Then what is the serial number of the last row. Now identify the total number of missing value by using mbrawdata.info. This will give us a number of items that are not missing. So to get the missing, we need to do subtraction. The total supposed to be 13,580. Like suburb has 13,580 entries. That means it has 0 missing value. So those with a lower number than 13,580 are those with having missing value, and you need to do the subtraction. For example, castle area, you do 13,580 minus 12,211. That's how to get the number of missing values in it. So you can, for each of these, you can check and calculate as required. So that's the end of question 2. We will move to question 3.